Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Crunching the Numbers, Week 7 in the National Football League with two-time Emmy Award winner Mark Everett Kelly. Mark, I'm going to address this because you wanted me to talk about it off here, so I'll address it. The New York Jets suck. All right, you wanted me to talk about this, so the New York, but the Giants are not bad. But never my Buffalo Bills.
They're not
All
bad.
right, I'm going to talk about my Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
They lose a game to New England. New England up and coming at home. They're not going to be 88-0 at home. You understand it, okay? You understand it. I thought they would come back on Monday night against the Falcons. The Falcons are not a bad team, okay? Like, I got to admit that. I thought they're going to be better. They're going to play one loss. Who cares? They let this guy Bijan Robinson run for 395 yards and all that in the first half. All right, like obviously the problem is not Josh Allen. It's not even the wide receivers, even though one Palmer goes down and everything like that. I and trade deadline, if I was the Bills GM and I'm the president of the province of Canada, the mayor left of North America, soon to run for the mayor of Mozambique. Can't spell it, but I can run for it. I would get in a trade. I would get, a wide receiver and desperately, did I say desperately? Desperately need a safety. A safety, maybe even two safeties. Everybody on the Bills lineup, it looks like it's banged up. I wouldn't be surprised if, by the way, here's the New Jersey, okay? Right? If number 17, Josh Allen, is banged up. Okay, now they got lucky because this week they got a bye. Okay, right, the perfect time. Like some people have buys in the week 4, some people have buys in week 14. This is a perfect bye week for the Buffalo Bills. They needed it, and it's directly week 7, sort of middle in the season, so it's not bad. Okay, they come back next week, play in Carolina. Carolina's a better team. All right, so we'll see how it goes there. But they desperately need a wide receiver and desperately need a safety. But I digress. Let's get to Sunday, week 7 of the National Football League here, Mark. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Not only is he a 2-time Emmy Award winner, not only can he talk about the NFL, the CFL, NHL, NBA, all this, but he can pick winners and losers. So let's start off Sunday, 9:30 in the morning in London, England. We're going to have some tea. You'll have some crumpet. I'll have tea, maybe a shot of root beer in it. But anyways, it's the Rams, the Jaguars, 9:30 in the morning. The Rams are favored by 2.5 points. The Jaguars were surprising till they lose this week. Who's your pick?
Yeah, Rams are one of the better teams in the West, and the Jaguars. You're right. They have surprised just about everybody, and I think that AFC South has just about surprised everyone when you look at the fact that the Colts have the best record tied with the Buccaneers. But I think people are still getting over being sick from last Sunday's NFL game up out there in Europe. So I would say the Rams are going to win this one.
All right. So next, and this is a doozy, it's the return of Tennessee Titans former coach, now New England Patriots coach, Mike Vrabel. New England into Tennessee, 1 o'clock, 6.5 point favorite are the Patriots. Now, I have heard, reading and watching, some people are saying, oh, this guy, the quarterback of the Patriots, is looking like Tom Brady. If he looks like Tom Brady, I look like Beyonce. All right?
Drake May, yeah. Okay.
So Drake May's been fantastic, especially against Buffalo. And I think New England should win this. They're in first place. Yeah. They're in first place in week 7.
You know what's funny, though, is that he comes out of North Carolina, and Belichick is at North Carolina now, destroying the program. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he's destroying the program to get 2 or 3 guys to come back in NFL, to be, to select them where everybody will fly under the radar. And like, where did these guys come from? Never. That's the plan. But New England, Tennessee. What do you say?
Yeah, I think New England +6. I think that New England's playing well enough now. Where I mean, they went on the road. They beat the Saints, and the Saints have played a couple teams tough. They played Buffalo tough at Buffalo. Then they wind up beating the Giants. So I think if they're playing the Titans now, and I think the Titans, besides their miracle win against the Cardinals, I think the Titans are right for the picking. I don't think they're very good. I mean, they lost to the Raiders last week, and the Raiders have struggled against everyone else. So I would take the Patriots.
And I'm telling you this right now, and nobody's talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it. New England's going to win, not by 7 points. I think Tennessee is going to show up for whatever coach they have, and I think it's going to be a much closer game. It won't be 6.5. It will be 5. Okay. But put it that way. Now, you mentioned New Orleans. Funny, what a great segue. You see, this is a segue for those in the media. New Orleans in Chicago, and Chicago has been on a tear. Yeah. This guy, Caleb Williams, is finally starting to know what to do at quarterback. And you know what? When's the last time the Chicago Bears were favored? They're favored by 4.5 points.
Yeah, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Caleb Williams, but he's still, when you look at how many quarterbacks are completing like over 70% of their passes, him at 65% is still good, but not like up there among the elite. But Chicago's, beating Washington on the road last week. I think I'm going to ride with them. I think Caleb Williams starting to figure out a little bit, and he's tough to defend against because he can do so many things.
Well, now go here from Caleb Williams, which is an up-and-coming quarterback, to Miami at Cleveland. Cleveland favored by 2.5. Tua at quarterback of Miami, and Mark Everett Kelly at quarterback for Cleveland. All right? So like the 17th ranked quarterback, okay? So now, but Cleveland is favored by 2.5.
Wow. Okay. Well. But that should be easy then, Miami. I mean, Miami's left some tough games last couple of weeks, losing to the Chargers last week. They beat all they can do is beat the Jets. They lost to Carolina where they blew a 17-0 lead. So I think Miami will be able to hold off the Browns, which again, with who fill in the blank at quarterback.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Myles Garrett gets not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. But 17 sacks just this week. He'll get more than 2 sacks this week, and he's probably salivating at that. All right, now we mentioned this. Carolina, good team, going to your country to take on the New York Jets.
Yeah,
Carolina. Oh, Carolina's favored by 1.5 points.
By 1.5 points, right? Yeah. Well, I mean that's enough to where you can take them. The Jets just look so bad.
I'm telling you right now, the lock of the week. Write this down. The lock of the week. The New York Jets.
Okay.
Prevail over the Carolina Panthers by a field goal. Book
it could be right.
Everything. Listen, you never doubt the president of the provinces of Canada. All right.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean sorry?
They have to. I mean, I don't think anyone was more bored to death last week against their effort against the Broncos. They just had no confidence. They have negative passing yards overall against the Broncos. And a lot of those, 6 or 7 sacks, a lot of them were coverage sacks. Justin Fields just looks totally incapable of throwing a pass. He is gun shy, to say the least. I would be surprised if the Jets, but usually at home, the Jets don't play well. And I don't think they're good at, even if it's just 1.5 points, I still think Carolina, who's playing a lot better now, is good enough to win, unless they just totally tank it and don't show up, kind of like Denver did and tried to give the game to the Jets. But even if you try and give it to them, I don't think they're going to take it.
I'm telling you, that's a surprise, the lock, all right? The lock here. Now, arguably, this is the best 1:00 game this week, week 7. The Philadelphia Eagles go into Minnesota to take on the Vikings. The Eagles favored by 1.5. And the next game, we're talking about Kansas City, and we talked about Buffalo. These Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
Really are. It looks like, yeah, you're worried about it, but you got to tie the shoelace and all that. If they lose this week to Minnesota, forget about tying the shoelace. Take off the shoelaces. Take
Throw
off
it
the
at somebody.
Yeah. What do you say?
I think I was surprised that Philadelphia got their butt kicked so bad by the New York Giants. That was a little disturbing to me. I expected more of Philadelphia. There's just more consistency. I think in the NFL, it's really weird. The teams you expect to be consistent haven't been consistent, and the teams you don't expect to be consistent, they're really not consistent either. There's really no consistency from the bad teams. I mean, take a team like the Falcons. 1 week they look awful. The next week they beat the Bills.
You have to throw the Falcons in there. You have to throw because they beat this team.
Well, yeah, okay. You got to throw Carolina in there, throw Miami in there, throw whoever in there. Denver, don't matter. It seems like everybody, Buffalo, it seems like everybody's just inconsistent this year. And so I think this is a game that I don't. It's hard to pick too. But Philadelphia, you would think that they'll get back on track and be able to win this.
I disagree. I think it's the Vikings. Now the final 1 o'clock game, and this wait till I tell you the point spread. The Raiders into KC. KC favored by 13 points.
Ooh.
I think it may be too much because KC, when 13 is almost two touchdowns,
right?
And KC's been playing better, but this is a big rivalry game.
It is.
It's a right. I say KC wins 27-20, something like that.
Yeah, I would take the Raiders with the 13, absolutely.
All right, so that's the 1 o'clock games. Now, 4:05. This could be a doozy too. The New York Giants head to Denver to take on the Broncos. The Broncos favored by 7.5. I think the Giants keep it close. I think the Giants lose 24-20, 26-20. I don't think the Broncos cover 7.5.
Yeah, they've played a lot better lately, and the Broncos' offense certainly doesn't seem like they're capable of doing that much. And so, yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I think the Giants are going to keep it within 7 if they don't win outright.
Now, another probably game of the week: Indianapolis travels to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. The Chargers favored by a 1.5. I can't believe. Okay, Los Angeles, you thought they may be first place. But Indianapolis with their quarterback?
Right, I know. Daniel Jones. And he looks great too. 5-1, tied for the best record with Tampa Bay. And the Chargers, first 3 weeks the Chargers win 3 division games, start off 3-0. I figure, okay, they're going to run away with the West, and they're not. So I think they have to win this game. And I would take the Chargers.
Now the next game, 4:25. The Washington Commanders travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. The Commanders favored by a point. This is, you know what? I don't want to say because this is week 7, but this is sort of do or die for both teams.
Yeah. Well, when you consider, the Cowboys have a tie. I mean, come on. Yep. And I think Washington is – everyone expected them to be more than they were last year and getting to the championship game. So what are you going to show us this year? And I think now it's time for them to kind of show that. Losing at home against the Bears, blowing a fourth quarter lead, that hurts. And this is a game for them to get well like everyone else does. Dallas has allowed the most touchdowns with 15 passing touchdowns. They've only had 2 interceptions. Dallas pass defense is awful. So I think that Washington will be able to take advantage of that.
All right, 4:25 also. This reminds me of Aaron Rodgers throwing the bombs there last seconds. It's Green Bay at Arizona.
Yeah, right. Oh, boy.
6-0.
Yeah. Now, how about the Cardinals? The way the Cardinals have lost. All right, they have 4 losses by a combined 9 points. And all last-second losses. I mean, the loss against the Titans was just how you turn an interception into a touchdown for them, and then last-second field goal losses to the Seahawks and the Niners. It's to me they should be better than 2-4. I think even with Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback, they're good. They've been tough to beat all year since they've had a lot of bad luck. So I think they'll get back on the winning track.
All right, and then the Sunday nighter, 8:20 p.m. The Falcons coming off a big victory over some team up against San Fran in San Fran. San Fran favored by 2.5. Now, this is interesting. We talk about inconsistency. Atlanta, probably the biggest win of the year.
Right.
Are they going to travel across the country and come up big again? Or San Fran, which is, who's playing quarterback for them? Who's starting lineup for them?
Mac Jones,
Yeah, and playing at home, and it's only 2.5.
It's funny because there are two teams in the NFL that do not have interceptions on defense takeaways: the Jets and the Niners, and they have something kind of in common with Saleh. Saleh was the defense coordinator for the Niners this year, head coach for the Jets last year, kind of the same type of defense. But the Niners overall have been pretty good, and I think that this is a game, your typical, play a great game against Buffalo and then come out and lay an egg. I think that's, inconsistency will show for the Falcons, and they'll get beat up, I think, by the Niners.
And by the way, we mentioned the Buffalo Bills are on a bye week. Baltimore's in a bye week also. Mark, you'll be back to preview two Monday Night Football games, but tell everybody about your great sponsors. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so we have Miles Smith over at the Cattle Stampede here in Fort Payne. Miles is a great guy. They have great food for middle-class families. They got buffets. They got everything you could want. They have really good steak. They have good mashed potatoes. They have good gravy. I love the gravy. And they have breakfast when you get there early in the morning. So Miles is a great guy. And they're going to start doing some stuff at night, too, having some bands come in and open up the bar. So they're really, it's an honor for me to have them as a sponsor. And then you have Bobby Ledbetter over Bobby Ledbetter's Twin City Auto Sales. Bobby's one of those guys when once you buy a car from him, once you never buy from anywhere else. It's another great guy that gives you, car salesmen have a reputation. Bobby's not like that. Bobby sits down, he gets to know you, gets to know what you want. And I can't thank those two guys enough for being sponsors for me.
All right. So again, check them out and check out Mark tomorrow here on the Fired Up Network. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you.